All right, here we go. Last problem in homework number 1. This is number 20 of 20 in our 0314 homework number 1 in MyLab Math. And we're going to have a compound inequality that we need to solve. So notice that I have written the word or in red, and I did that for a reason. That's because the word or means union. And so when I get done solving each one of these inequalities, I'm going to have to unite them. I'm going to have to combine them into one solution set. So let's get started. I need to solve for x. In the first inequality, the plus 3 is going to have to move over. And so that's going to give me 4, let's see here, 4 minus 3 greater than negative 5x. 4 minus 3 is 1, greater than negative 5x. And if I divide both sides by negative 5, in order to get the x by itself, remember if I divide both sides by a negative, the inequality has to flip. And so that's going to be negative 1/5. And I don't like the fact that the x is on the right. I would really like for the x to be on the left. And so what I'm going to do is take this inequality and flip it around. Notice the alligator eats the x here. If I flip it around, the alligator still has to eat the x. So that says x is greater than negative 1/5. 1 down, 1 to go. On the other inequality, we're going to bring the plus 3 over. That's going to become 8 minus 3, less than or equal to negative 2x. 8 minus 3 is 5, less than or equal to negative 2x. And if I divide both sides by negative 2, in order to get the x by itself, remember I'm dividing by a negative, so the inequality has to flip. And a positive over a negative gives me a negative 5/2. Again, I don't like x being on the right. I would really rather that x be on the left. And so I'm going to flip this around. And here the alligator eats the fraction. It points to the x. So if I flip it around, the inequality still has to point to the x. And so there's my inequality solved. In order to pick the right answer from the choices over here, I really need to produce a graph. And so we're going to go make a graph. My critical points have to be in the right order. Negative 5 over 2 is improper, which makes it bigger than a proper fraction. And remember, negative numbers, the bigger they are, the smaller they are. So negative 5/2 is going to be the leftmost critical point. Negative 1/5 is going to be the rightmost critical point. And now for the shading. Notice that the negative 1/5 has a greater than symbol. So that's going to be a parenthesis shade to the right. Greater than shade to the right. The negative 5/2 has a less than or equal to. So that's going to be a bracket shade to the left. Less than means to the left. And notice that there is a gap in the middle. But when you're talking about a union, that's okay to have a gap in the middle. And the way that I like to say it to help me remember it, when you're doing a union, remember the U is the glue that sticks the two pieces together. And so we're looking at answer choice A. That is going to be everything from minus infinity to minus 5/2 with a bracket, together with everything from negative 1/5 to infinity. That represents what is shaded. There you go. And that looks like that's all there was to it. We didn't have to graph that one. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put those in the comment section below, or you can text me. And thanks for watching.